The Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia is advancing efforts to enhance effective communication between its members and key actors in sports through innovative ideas. That was the inspiration behind this maiden iftar or fast-breaking press conference with the head coach of the Gambia men's football team.
This is going to be like a recurrent event for the SJAG. Because we believe in dialogue, we believe in interaction, we believe in your mantra, your slogan, forward together. And together we can move forward. But along the way, as people that are set to hold authorities accountable for their actions, we are going to exercise that. But that does not mean the relationship between these two organizations should not be cordial. The press, or us as sports journalists, we want to see you as our good friends. We want to be part of your success.
Jonathan McKinstry faced 20 journalists selected from the broadcast and print media to answer questions about his plans for the national team.
This is your first interface with the local media since the Gambia failed to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. I would want to ask, what would you attribute to the Gambia's failure to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco?
We definitely had a slow start. If you look in those two opening games against the Comoros, where we dominated the game but ended up drawing 1-1 in match day one, and then again against Tunisia, really having quite a good game and creating a lot of chances, but coming away and not getting any points in it. And into match day 3, again dominating the game against Madagascar but only taking a point. So really, to only take 2 points from the opening 3 games for us on a technical level was very disappointing, because when you look back at the games, really our minimum expectations in review, not even before the games, but in review, our minimum expectations would be to take at least 6 points, not 2. And so when we had that slow start and a couple of other nations did okay to begin with, it sort of left us playing catch up a little bit. And then that brings the pressure on it. So I definitely think a slow start was a big part of it.
Matters of the national team, including the country's failure to qualify for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, team selection, and the upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers dominated the press conference.
In terms of the playing style, look, I was employed to play a certain type of football. When I met with the leadership of the GFF, it was very clear that there was a strong desire to change the way the team were playing, to go to a more offensive, a more aggressive, a more sort of pressing style of football. When I spoke to all of the players, in that first week in the job back in May, before I'd even landed in the Gambia, I made 50 or 60 phone calls to all the players who'd been around the team, and I said to them, I didn't even talk at first. I said, what do you want to do? How do you want to play the game? And again, I got a resounding, we want to go toe-to-toe with teams. We don't want to sit back and wait to win off a corner or win off one counter-attack. We want to go toe-to-toe with teams. And if you follow my career, that's how my teams play. And so I was employed to play a certain brand of football. So to answer your question is, can you expect to see a continuation of what we've been doing? Yes, and I hope you will see a development of what we've been doing.
Responding to questions about the much talked about issue of playing home matches outside the country due to the ban on the Independence Stadium, the Northern Irish tactician described it as frustrating for both players and fans. But the government maintains that the renovated Independence Stadium is fit to host international matches, and CAF should lift the embargo.
The pitch at our stadium is exactly the same quality as the pitch that we were allowed to play on in Morocco. The pitch at our stadium is better than the pitch that we played and lost 3-2 against Gabon back in June, and the Chan team played on a couple of days ago. It is a better pitch than that pitch. not a single one of our players or opposition players, if they came and walked out on that pitch, not a single one of them would complain about it. Is it the best pitch in the world? No, it's not. But is it on the same standard as multiple pitches that are certified across the continent of Africa and indeed Europe to play football on? 100% it is. 100% it is.
McKinstry's next assignment is the World Cup qualifiers as he prepares to assemble the Scorpions to face the Harambee Stars of Kenya and reigning African champions, the Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire, in Group F of the African qualifiers. The event provided a unique opportunity for meaningful discussions between the Scorpions boss and the country's sports press as he outlines his plans and direction with the national team.
This event is very important to us, just as it is to the SJAG, because in today's world, national sports associations and federations and the media seek an inseparable relationship, as we are both exert endless and continuous influence. Now, we have what I will call a symbiotic relationship, because one cannot exist without the other. So this is a marriage between sweethearts for eternity. As a federation, we want to be we want to see more and more people following our sport, which is football. And that we can only achieve through the full and transparent participation of the media.
The press conference was punctuated by a sumptuous iftar meal, wrapping up a meaningful information-sharing convergence initiated by the Sports Journalists Association of the Gambia. MS Jallow, GRTS Sports.